Well, as I live and breathe, looks like we have two more pieces to the puzzle. Two more parts of the body. In fact, they're the parts of the body that make it possible for you to live and breathe. And that's right where those two parts go. Those two parts that are called lungs. Those two parts that see to it that you do the breathing that you have to do. I can tell you all about them. Because I am your lungs. This is where I live, right inside your chest. I'm pretty delicate, so I need protection. Your bony rib cage gives it to me. So I'm nice and safe while I do the job that I have to do. Which is to do your breathing for you. Like so many other important organs, there are two of me. Both halves do the same thing, though, which is to see to it that you're always bringing fresh air into your body and getting rid of the waste gases that your body no longer needs. The air is outside of your body, though, and I'm way down inside it. So you have a special passage in your body that lets the air get to me. Now, you probably know that that passage starts at your nose and mouth, but I'll bet you don't know what goes on inside it. For example, way up inside your nose, there are special hairs. The air has to go past these hairs in order to get down to me, and they have a very important job to do for you. See, the air goes through them and gets combed clean, just like a filter. All the dust and dirt gets taken out this way, before the air gets to me. And since it's being mixed up and swirled around in there, it has a chance to warm up, or cool off if it needs to be, before it gets down to me. Now, these things only happen if you breathe through your nose, though. It doesn't happen if you breathe through your mouth. So that's why breathing through your nose is so much better for you. And also, when the air comes to me through your nose, it gets mixed with just the right amount of water. This keeps the back of your throat and me from becoming dry and sore. Just one more reason to breathe through your nose. Now, once the air is gone through either your nose or your mouth, it gets to the back of your throat. Then it leaves your throat and goes into a tube near the front of your neck called the windpipe. The windpipe then takes the air down to me. It does it by first splitting into two smaller tubes, which each lead to one of my two parts. And then the air is right where it belongs, right inside me, your lungs. You can't see very well what I do by looking at the outside of me, though. So let's look inside. Actually, let's first look at what goes around my insides. It's a covering of tissue that's very slippery and wet. It covers what's inside, and yes, there is something inside. A lot of people think I'm empty, like a balloon. Well, I'm not. I'm filled with tissue that looks and feels very much like a sponge. Your windpipe leads into this spongy tissue and then starts branching out to smaller and smaller tubes. And finally, the smallest tubes end at a bunch of little sacs that look very much like a bunch of grapes. I have these little air sacs all over inside me, so that's why I look very much like a sponge. Every time you take a breath, the air comes in through your nose, down through your windpipe, and eventually winds up filling all of these little sacs. And every time you breathe out, the opposite happens. All the air leaves each little sac and goes into larger and larger tubes that eventually lead to the windpipe, the nose, and the outside. And so it goes, in and out, every time you breathe. There are two other parts of your body that help to do this breathing in and squeezing out. One is your rib cage, the bones around me that keep me in place, and the other is your diaphragm, a special flat muscle that's underneath me. When you breathe in, you expand your lungs, and you do this by raising your ribs and lowering your diaphragm. That makes more space inside me, and air rushes in to fill the space. And again, let me mention that it's not one great big hollow space like a balloon that gets filled. It's all those tiny air sacs that get filled. The air rushes in through your windpipe and then branches out to smaller and smaller tubes until it winds up here. And when you breathe out, the opposite happens. you lower your ribs, you raise your diaphragm, and that makes the space that's available for me much smaller. Well, I can't go anywhere, but the air inside me, the air inside those little sacs, certainly can. So the air is squeezed up and out the same way it came in. Breathing may be the most important thing that I do, but I help you with something else too. Talking. I do that with the assistance of your vocal cords. Just as I need the assistance of your blood to take the oxygen that I bring into your body to all the other parts of your body. And I need the same blood to bring the carbon dioxide that your cells make back to me, so that when I breathe out, I can send it out of your body. But something else can happen when I breathe out too. You can talk. Because when I squeeze the air out of me and up toward your mouth, it has to go through the vocal cords that are in the voice box at the top of your windpipe. And when you want them to, the vocal cords can be brought into this stream of air. That makes them vibrate back and forth. And when they vibrate, they make sounds. The sounds aren't words, not yet. They won't be until they get up into your mouth, so that you can form them into words with your mouth and tongue. But with the right combination of air pressure, vibration, and mouth movements, you can talk, and you can even sing. Now, you've probably wondered how food and air can both come in through your mouth, but food goes only to your stomach, while air comes only to me. Well, that's because of a special little trap door deep in your throat. This is the way a bit of food is supposed to go, over and past the windpipe and down your esophagus to your stomach. If it tries to fall too near your windpipe, that little door, your epiglottis, covers your windpipe and sends the food on in the right direction. The trouble is, if you're trying to talk and eat at the same time, well, the trap door just doesn't know what to do, and food can get caught in your windpipe. That can be dangerous, and your brain makes you cough, so you can get it away from me. You've heard it 1,000,000 times. Don't talk while you're eating. Well, I'm the reason why. If you want to eat, fine, eat. If you want to talk, fine, talk. But don't ever try to do both at once. I just wasn't made for breathing food. And your throat wasn't made for swallowing large pieces of food either. They can get stuck. So that's why you have teeth. Chew that food of yours well before you try to swallow it. Well, that's my story. The story of your lungs. Two soft and spongy parts of your body that make it possible for the oxygen that's in the air you breathe to get to all of the other parts of your body. When you breathe in, you expand your lungs. That lets the air rush into each little air sac, and there are thousands of these little air sacs in me. And when you breathe out, you squeeze the air out of your lungs and out of each little sac, and over it goes. Air in, air out. The blood takes oxygen from the air that comes into each sac and replaces it with waste carbon dioxide, so that when I breathe out, I can send it away from your body. While I'm breathing out, you can talk. The air passing through your vocal cords makes them vibrate, and the sounds that makes can be formed into words by your mouth and tongue. There aren't too many rules that you have to remember about me, and you'll be a lot happier if you do remember them. Just remember to breathe through your nose, not your mouth, so the air can be filtered and treated for me. And remember to talk or eat, but not both at once. And when you're doing that eating, chew your food well. Because this is something that neither you nor I want. Food is supposed to go to your stomach. Air is supposed to go to me. We don't like it when things get mixed up. And here's something else that I don't need. I need clean, fresh air to do my job. Smoke clogs me up, and I can't get the oxygen to your blood or the waste carbon dioxide out of it. And if that isn't good for me, it certainly isn't good for you. Because, after all, we have to work together for a long, long time.